due to the nature of the pre-recorded version I've just done right now, this is probably one of the worst matchups I've ever seen in recording of this video I did, and it's supposed to wreck mostly the greens, which unfortunately you will not able to see today. So there will be no green colors that are manifested in this video, and you will be seeing a junk amount of white colors and black of spells. So my apologies for this inconsiderate rant, which I'll be doing right now, which is constant life gains. And again, also I'm gonna timestamp the videos except for the worst game that with 250 deck size, which I am not gonna bother timestamping on, which I'm gonna pin on the comments. So if you want to watch that, go be my guest why that guy has pissed me off the most. So yeah, so go figure. So I honestly don't like this run at all, but this is my deck and I had successful runs with it. But in historic, all I seen is just too much control of going into the second than the first side, and lack of card draw. So yeah, okay. So the thing I start with first is the face. The face, you can destroy artifacts or defender, and it helped me a lot with Kraken horrors, and especially people who thinks that I can not use my Koth or to bolt. So I use that, like the Immortal Sun for example, or the damage negates of white artifacts and all that, etc. Especially the blood token synergies of life gain bullshit. So that is the case of the face, and I haven't seen people actually play that other than using expensive mana to destroy one or deal 3 damage, especially when it comes to the Pry deck, whatever, scrying spam like robots, other than human, because I don't believe they are human, using AI technology, other than just being stupid. Anyway, so the face is actually one of my good cards to start with a one pull. And the other one pull that I am going to mention, which is also better than shock, because I don't really like using shock, because shock is pretty better if you want to jank things up, like the Izzet's prismatics. I miss doing prismatic brewing. So magma spray, you can deal 2 damage to a creature, and not only that, you can exile them. Even though people use Sarkhan's flame spell, which does 3 damage and exile them, but I like this one better, because this one's cheaper and you can exile them faster. And it is actually one of the best spells I played, and along with the obliterating bolt for planeswalkers and for toughness creatures and so on. So same doodle, and also to kill planeswalkers, and you can exile them as well, so they cannot bring them back. And the foretell spell that I have is Quakebringer. Opponents cannot gain life, and whenever another giant or a Quakebringer is on your zone of the battlefield, it deals 2 damage, and it does actually stack when it comes to that creature only. So if you have like 4 of them in graveyards and you play a giant, the effect will work. And so on. So yeah, it's actually one of my favorite 5-drop. And call in a professional, and people don't understand about shield counter removal. That's an instant removal because it's a shield piercing card. It deals 3 damage to anything, and no matter how many shield thinks that it takes a shield counter and it makes them invincible, it doesn't. It removes it instantly and does the damage on a permanent they control. So no matter what you do, calling the professional is actually a good card. And players can't gain life this turn, and it's best to do it on the opponent as well. Because doing it on the opponent's turns, they can't gain life, and I don't want them prolonging games, including the Cindermoss, and also a good defender, which is the 4/3, which is one of my favorites. But I didn't really get to equip it with the Emperor Cleave, which is Karu's depth guard, because whenever it has 5 power or more, it can attack and it can be ignored having defender. To bolt is there, Torban is there, Incarc Feet in case of a mana emergency. We get Koth, 2 of them, to dig mana so we can cut the mana loose. So as for the card to be defense on, so yeah, and I think that'll be it for the deck. And the Incarc Feat that I use to use the emergency of 7 or Sundering Strike to deal 7 damage to opponents or creatures. So yeah, it is actually a good card just to do the overkill or the collateral damage and so on earlier on potential creatures that opponents don't want, or you can deal damage to the opponent. So without further ado, let's get on to the games. And as of after the recording, I did get more wins, but in this one is 1 win, and majority of those games are complete defeatists, like complete defeatists. And this one right here, I think only one game I had to humbly concede because I was mana screwed, because there was no point in me playing the game if the opponent takes advantage of a mana if they go first or second regardless, when you have 2 land and you don't draw a land on your 3rd draw. That's what happens for me, because if you have no land on your 3rd draw, there's no point in playing the game, despite you got a good curve. So this is the only game I got mana screwed. So you can actually watch that, and which I don't really care. So I'm gonna take a breather, and you can watch why I conceded. And there you have it. This is why if you draw a 3rd and you don't have a land, there's no point of carrying on with this game. Even though you have a bigger curve that has less amount of them in the deck, there's no point of playing a game with just 2 land in turns 3 ahead. So okay, so now let's start real. So we're going first and we're keeping this. Okay, so let's see what we got. Opponent is thinking here. Oh, it's a dinosaur deck. Okay. Yep, it's a dinosaur deck. I assume he's got Jagatha. Jagatha, Kikataurus. What else dinosaurs are there? There's a... I think he's probably got excellent dinosaurs. Yeah, I think he's got excellent dinosaur decks. They're all mostly and especially a spell that can't be countered and it's immune to blue spells. So yeah, that's what I really think. So he's got pretty much excellent spells, which are creatures. So he's trying to dig for mana. So I think this guy is a mana pig, because I think he's gonna bring Gift of Paradise to pig his mana up. If he does, we're gonna use Calling Professional. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're gonna call Professional again. So we're not gonna let him gain life for this. So, you're not gaining life. Even if you put it in again, hey, oink oink, piggy. Yep, Piggy's got like 9 mana, I think, or 8. Yeah, so Piggy has 8 mana already, or should I say? Wait, 2, 4. Yeah, it's 8. Yep, okay. It's a Hydra. It's a Hydra Dino deck. I think I know what this deck is. So, I finally figured that out. Exploitation. I finally exploited him. He's not really a dinosaur deck. He's probably a Hydra deck. To bring as many Hydras. Along with those dinosaurs with the big creatures and so on. So I pretty much know what this is. He's probably a Hydra deck. And even though when he has expensive dinosaurs and so on, so I'm not really surprised on what his deck really was. Okay, let's go on with the next game, and the opponent's going first, and he's a mono red as I am. Yeah, we're gonna exile this, so I'm not gonna let him do this. So bye bye. If he's got the same 0 IQ deck as MTG Original Arena decks, oh okay. Now I think this is a Chandra deck. This is definitely a Chandra deck. I think I can easily tell. Okay, so he's swinging for 2. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a mono red Chandra deck. Okay. So opponent is not doing anything yet because I know he's got Shock in his hand. So what he's gonna do next? You sure you're not swinging for 4? And not surprised. So we're gonna kill it. And for 7 on all of his creatures. So here we go. let's do it. Okay. A complimentary from the opponent. Okay. I guess you didn't expect that. Alright, so we'll play to bolt. So we'll play the token. And let's see if he does the mindless shock move. Because I want to see that. Okay, another Chandra. Another Chandra puppy. Let's get rid of that. So he's not using shock. Okay, so we're gonna cleave my token. So we're gonna cleave that. Even if he gets rid of it, I can still put it. I can still put it on my summoning sickness token. Yep, he shocked it. Why didn't you kill the bolt? Because I got another one. Even if you got another shock, that's still not going to be effective. Okay, let's see what you got. Have you got a Chandra? Yes, you do. Alright, and this is the Chandra I have not seen before. Okay, so what is he going to do? Kill it. Well, that's not really a good move because you wasted your loyalty counter. And I'm going to use Tiball again. So here we go. So we are going to equip it again. We're going to equip the cleave into this token. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. Because if he's going to do it again, then I can still damage Chandra. Yeah, I can't do nothing. He's exiled it. Can't do nothing because I got no card draw advantage here. So yeah, opponent's pretty much got this one. Okay, so let's go to the next game. So there's nothing really much we can do, even though he has a Chandra burn deck, but it's pretty much an aggro deck. Even though I much got rid of the earlier big threats, and he's probably got 4 of them Chandra 2/2s. And yep, this is the worst matchup here. This guy, ICC Canada, he's probably the worst opponent in this video because of his 250 deck size. And if you want to watch all of it, you can. To me, in my opinion, I'm not going to really describe this whole thing. And if you want to see the next match, there's a timestamp in the description and pinned comment. So, intermission. Now you see why I don't like this game with 250 deck users, that they can't be so creative. Zero dignity, zero sportsmanship, zero respect. Cut your deck. Nobody wants to play over 80 deck sized matches. Or this guy like Canada, he had like 250 deck size. He is just an uncreative, unflavorable idiot. And he always wants to bring his shit back. And you know, that card there, I know that was going to happen anyway, because there was no point of carrying on with this game if he's just going to bring shit back for a large library size. So that is why I don't like this opponent. He's probably the most degraded, demented opponent I've ever faced this year. Okay, so this is going to be my enough banter of this idiot. Alright, so the next game, this opponent is another life gain. Same colors as the last game. So at least he has a 60-ish deck size, so I'll respect that. Because that's why can't ICBF Canada have a decent deck size than that? I mean, come on. ICBF Canada, go to fucking hell and uninstall the game. If you can't brew a 60 deck size, why the fuck are you playing this game? Honestly. Because Magic is not for 250 deck size people who just absolutely waste too much fucking time. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. Okay, and we'll play Torbran. We'll play this. And we'll swing for 3. And let's see what the opponent's got next. That's not going to do anything, because he can still do damage plus more. So opponent has definitely got his grip cut off. Okay, so that's 10 damage. I think. Oh no, it's 11. It's 11 damage. Yawn. So we're gonna sack the goats. So we're gonna sack that, even though he can't gain life. And we're gonna play Quakebringer. Okay, so we swing the goats and the devil. You go bonk, bonk, bonk. I love swinging goats. So Quakebringer and Tybalt can't let him gain life. Yep, he was a life gain deck. Okay, so we get rid of the oink oink and boom. Okay, so now that's one win at least. Even though this was the unluckiest matchmaking in history of this video I've done on any MTGA I've recorded so far. And yes, this was pretty much the unluckiest matchmaking in historic ever, because of these life game bullshits. So yeah, I am actually going to conclude this and have a little review why I don't use people's suggestions on too much wild cards that are over 20. It's because it's too excessive for me. I don't have them in the collection. I don't have much experience on draft. It's draft that people mostly play on, and you add them into these collections, you see. So that's pretty much the reason why. So yeah, this is the deck right here. And if you enjoyed this no life game video, which is satisfying on the last game, and just remember, I don't like life gains, okay? That's my playstyle. And if you're the only one who likes them and defends them, I'm sorry, you're not gonna like me much, and you're not gonna probably enjoy much of my company at all when it comes to the MTG games. So, okay, so hit the like button, sub, and I'll continue to do more shorts and so on, because people are going crazy on the short clips. And I'll do more Doom internal videos. That, and take care.